Hello, this is Allie with the Perception Trainers, author of The Perception Diet, and today I want to talk to you about why you are not ready for the ultimate answer to your problems and how you can get ready. Alright, so what do I mean when I say you are not ready for the ultimate answer to your problems? So if you are someone out there who is struggling with literally anything, okay? If you have relationship issues that keep cropping up over and over and over again, and you're just looking for the thing of like, what do I need to do, what do I need to say, what do I need to be so that I can finally just have a good relationship, okay? If you have financial issues and you just think, you know what, like, what do I need to do so that I just like can stop getting into these financial situations where I always end up needing more money than I have, or I get into these financial messes just like over and over again, and if I could just make more money, right, it would all go away. Or, you know, your physical health, right? I just seem to have one of these bodies that's always getting sick, that's always something wrong with me, and if I could just figure out the right diet, or I could just figure out the right lifestyle, or whatever, I would be healed and everything would be great. Even if it's something like, you know, eating disorders, anxiety, depression, these kind of like big overarching problems that happen in our life, and we're all looking for the solution, right? Like you're looking for the book or the tool or the thought work or the inspiration or the something that's going to like turn the light bulb on, and then you're going to be able to fix all your problems or fix your problem completely, and then you just won't have that problem anymore. And in doing this, what's happening is you are then in a state where you are asking for an answer, right? And because the universe listens to you, and this is part of it, and because you were on an evolutionary lifetime, and the whole point of this is to learn and to grow and to expand, right? Whenever you have a question like that, whenever you have a problem, whenever you have something that's out of alignment, right, causing you pain, causing you suffering, the universe, yourself, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, is bringing you the information that you need in order to solve that problem. Okay? So this is the thing that you first need to understand. As soon as you ask the question, the information that you need is going to start to come to you. Now, this is the key insight to this video. The information that you need in order to move towards the peace, happiness in your relationships, the health in your body, the financial stability so that you don't have all these crazy things anymore happening, the solution to your problem, okay? Again, as you pose this question, whoa, I'm way out of alignment here, right? I'm suffering. This doesn't feel good. This is not easy. This is hard. I don't like this. I don't like how this feels. What do I need to do? What am I supposed to be learning here? Da, da, da. The information is going to start to come in. But it is going to come in steps and phases. The information that is going to take you from where you are to where you want to be is going to come in steps and phases. Okay? So this is the huge thing to understand. You're not going to get the ultimate answer to your problem when you're in the problem. Okay? Most of us think we're just one little thing away from living our bliss. Okay? Now, I want you to understand, if you were just one little thing away from living your bliss, you would not be suffering. Okay, I know that's a hard pill to swallow, but I'm just going to say it again. If you were just one little tool, one little shift, one little thing away from living your bliss, you would not be suffering. Okay? You would be slightly, mildly, a little bit uncomfortable. Right? And even beyond that, right? Because I don't think we're ever going to get to an end point. We're never going to get to like, I've got it. Right? But there definitely comes a point in life where we transition from being super out of alignment and a lot of things in our life are painful and chaotic to this other kind of life where we are not motivated to change and evolve and grow by the chaos in our lives. We're motivated to change and evolve and grow by the awesome stuff that's coming from all the other changing and growing and evolving that we've done. Okay? There is this kind of tipping point Really, there really is this sort of tipping point where we go from being mostly suffering, and that's what's causing our growth, to mostly being in a state of joy and peace and love, and that is what's perpetuating our expansion. Okay? So we're never going to get to a point where we're not expanding anymore, right? It's just we can get to a point where our expansion is no longer fueled by how crazy everything is, all right? But so this is what I want you to understand, is that the you that no longer has an eating disorder, the you that no longer has financial issues, the you that has harmonious, loving relationships, okay? That's the you that's living from an expansion place of joy to joy to joy to joy to joy. Okay? That's not the you that's suffering all the time. That's struggling. That's having all these chaotic things happen. That's having all these dramas. That's having all these, and when I say drama, I don't mean that in a condescending way. Okay? Life's dramas and life's situations that are painful and cause us to suffer and that are kind of like crazy, like abusive things, going into debt, getting, the whole eating disorder cycle, being sick, these are all dramas, right? These are very dramatic happenings. So think of it not drama like, oh my God, that's so dramatic. But think of it like that's dramatic, right? It's not calm, and it's not ordered, and it's not facilitating, love, as it, right? It feels like, whoa, this is like a big crazy thing that's happening, right? And so what you need to understand is that if those kinds of things are happening in your life, right, that's a sign that we're way out of alignment with the truth of ourselves. Okay, so again, the truth of yourself evolves from joy to joy to joy. It's not drama and trauma and pain and craziness that's perpetuating the evolutionary cycle anymore, right? That your true self wants to grow, wants to evolve, wants to change, and can do so without needing to be motivated by the big smack on the head from the universe, essentially is what's happening here. So understand that if you're in a place of drama and trauma, right? Sickness, crazy relationships, debt, big things happening all the time, big emotional outbursts happening all the time, right? It seems to be this constant dramatic cycle of all this crazy stuff. It's not harmonious. It's chaotic, right? Know that you are many, 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 many steps away from the mindset, the lifestyle, the way of being, right? The allowing of all the energy to flow that would be in your ideal state. So if you're looking for the thing that's going to get you from way over here to way over here, you're going to be looking for the rest of your life because that thing doesn't exist. Okay? It's going to be steps. And this is what you need to understand. Okay? When you're in drama and trauma, you are not one step away from your ideal thing. It's not just, I'll get a new job and I'll have money. I'll find the diet and then I'll figure it out. I'll figure out the little thing that I need and then I won't have an eating disorder anymore. No. It's going to be many, 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 many layers of many, 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 many things that need to unfold in order for you to get to where you want to be. And I can tell you this again from personal experience, okay? I come from a trauma life, okay? I am not speaking to you as someone who was just like really happy and like super great my whole life. My entire life was trauma. That's why I can like kind of make light of it now, because I've been there. And I used to think everything that was happening to me was super serious, right? And, I had an eating disorder, and it was a big deal, and I almost died. And I had all these traumatic, painful, awful relationships, and that was a really big deal, and it really hurt me. And I was, struggling financially many times, and like all of these things, right? I've been in the trauma place, okay? And I've been the kind of person that was waiting for the right answer, right? And I'm going to tell you, the right answer never came, okay? Like, the answer never came. It was always the next step that was being presented to me, okay? So if you are looking for the ultimate answer to solve your trauma dramas, you are not going to find it. You are going to find the next step, okay? And then that next step is not the ultimate. It is not the be-all, end-all. It's not going to solve all your problems. It's going to take you one step closer. And then after that, you will be ready for the next step. And then after that, you will be ready for the next step. And then after that, you will be ready for the next step. And this is usually how we evolve. Now, there are some people out there, okay, who have dramatic, traumatic healing experiences, integrating experiences, where they realize, whoa, okay, like I'm just living totally out of alignment with myself, and here's all the crazy shit that I believe, and I'm just going to stop believing that, and then they just step into a whole new way of being. That happens. Some people have that. Some people's trauma dramas are so dramatic for them that it takes them probably usually to the brink of almost killing themselves or almost getting killed by their thing, and then they like wake up, right? And it's this massive consciousness shift. It's a massive going from the bottom of the mountain to the top in one fell swoop. That can happen. But most of us, that's not how it works. Okay? So don't compare yourself to the people that tell you, well, I just found the answer. Okay? Because, like I say, it's not that those people are lying. Some people do have that experience, but that is super rare because most of us, like I say, we have so much resistance built up to the actual answer. This is what you need to understand. You have access to the actual answer, but there's a whole bunch of traumatized parts of yourself that are essentially blocking you from being able to look at, perceive, understand, integrate, and live out the answer. Okay? So like I say, for instance, in my life, if you took me back a year ago from today, and I looked at myself and like where I was at in my mindset with consciousness and spirituality and my body and everything, I would be like, I'm totally recovered, right? Like I'm living this awesome life. I feel great. My life isn't very traumatic and dramatic, da-da-da-da-da. Okay? Fast forward to now, I would never go back to where I was a year ago. All right? Right? Because the process has continued to go. I have continued to get healthier and more in alignment and less trauma and drama and more just moving from expansion to expansion to expansion because it's joyful and peaceful. And my life has become more and more ordered and more peaceful, really, less dramatic, more time for creativity, more time for expansion, more awesome, okay? But again, that didn't happen overnight. I didn't get to where I am today from the very pits of my eating disorder in one step. It's been like 1,000 steps, right? But I was willing just to take the next step. I was willing to let go of looking for the answer, okay? And I was willing to say, okay, I'm just going to do the thing that's being presented to me now. And I guarantee you, if you now look at your problem and the trauma dramas that you're in, and it's all very painful and it's all very hard, and I understand that, and it's true, it feels bad, because it should. Because you're not supposed to be out of alignment with yourself. You don't have to live out of alignment with yourself. And your emotional body doesn't want you to live out of alignment with yourself, and so it's going to make it hard for you, right? So if you look at that, and you give up the idea of looking for the right answer, the whole answer, the thing that's going to take you from 0 to 100, the thing that's going to take you from the pit to the mountaintop, let go of that, you will see, okay, no, actually there's been a repetitive thing in my life, right? This book has given me this idea, this other person told me this idea, this has been giving me this thing, blah, blah, blah. The whole universe is conspiring to give you your next step. But I've been rejecting it because I'm like, well, that's not the ultimate answer. Or I'm a skeptic and I demand to see that that's going to be the ultimate answer, right? Like I'm not going to do it until I know that it's going to work. Okay, well, again, you might pride yourself on being a skeptic, and I'm not going to try it until I know that it works. And guess what? You do that all the rest of your life. Good for you. You will never move. Because this is the thing. You're never going to get to where you want to go if you need the ultimate answer to be the next thing that comes. Because again, that would be like slingshotting yourself from the bottom of the mountain to the top. You're not ready. You're not ready for it. Your body's not ready for it. Your mind's not ready for it. Your entire life would have to change. This is what you need to understand. Literally, in order for you to get rid of your trauma dramas, pretty much everything in your life is going to have to change. And I'm telling you this from personal experience. There is nothing in my life today that is even close to what my life was when I was sick. Not a single thing. absolutely everything has changed, right? And so now if I was like in the pits of my eating disorder and I showed myself what my life looks like now and just said, okay, turn on a dime, become like this person, it would be fucking impossible, right? Not a chance would that happen, right? And so here's the metaphor for this, okay? If you are living in New York and you want to go to California, right? You get in your car, you start driving, and you hit Boston, and you're like, Boston? This isn't California. This is wrong. This whole thing is wrong. I wanted to go to California. Now I'm in Boston. Fuck this, go back. It didn't work. I'm going to wait till I find the thing that takes me from New York to California with nothing in between. That's what we're doing when we won't take the steps. Okay? That's what we're doing when we're looking for the ultimate answer. We're saying, I will actually never be able to get to California because I wasn't willing to go through all the states in between. Okay, does this make sense? You are not going to find the ultimate answer because you are not one step away from the ultimate answer, right? Pretty much everything in your life is going to have to shift to get yourself to a place of peace when you're in a place of chaos, all right? So allow yourself to do it one step at a time because otherwise the ride is traumatic, right? If you want yourself to do it in one fell swoop, if you really want that, then you have to be completely committed to absolutely changing everything in your life. And most of us aren't, right? If you're in a terrible relationship and you're not willing to completely alter how you think about yourself, what you think about the world, how you behave, probably how you spend money, probably what you do for a living, like literally everything about your life in order to align with who you really are to facilitate having healthy relationships, then take the steps. Right? If you're not completely willing to absolutely alter everything, like question absolutely everything you believe, question everything you see, question everything you've believed about yourself and the world up until this point, question every decision you've ever made, if you're not willing to completely and like ultimately radically alter your entire lifestyle right here, right now, today, then you're going to have to be willing to take the steps. Okay? So those are your two options. If you want the answer, know that it's going to be so radically different from what you're doing right now. You have to be so ready to completely let go of absolutely everything, right? And you have to be open enough to like even receive the information of how radically different this new healthy life is going to be, right? And like I say, when most of us are in trauma drama, we're not open. We're not open to that information, right? We're scared. We're shut down. We're all collapsed in on ourselves, right? So even to be able to receive like what that would even look like is going to be impossible. And so don't put that pressure on yourself. The point is the journey. Let yourself have the journey, but this is the thing. You have to let yourself go through the states in between New York and California. Do it. You have to let yourself take the steps from the bottom of the mountain to the top. You're not going to jump from the bottom to the top. Okay? That's too hard. It's a lot. Let yourself take the steps. So when you look at your problem, realize, okay, because I'm in trauma drama, I am not one step away from my ultimate solution. I am many, many, many steps away from my ultimate solution. Pretty much everything about me is going to have to change. And it's not that everything about you is changing. Everything about me is going to have to integrate and realign and shift and come back into the alignment with the truth, right? If you're in trauma drama, you know that you are living out of alignment with the truth on many, many, many levels. It's not just the one thing that's manifesting as your problem. It's everything, right? So now you need to understand that it's going to be a step-by-step process, one thing at a time. Do what's in front of you. Do what's being presented as the next thing. Don't get stuck there, right? So really see it like this. This next thing that's coming is just the step. And then I'll know what the next step is once I take that step, right? I'm going to do grade 1, then grade 2, then grade 3, then grade 4, and I will continue to evolve. Whatever it is that's presenting itself to me is not the answer, so I'm not going to get stuck on it, nor am I going to reject it. I'm going to allow myself to do it and then move on to the next thing, okay? One step at a time, okay? You're not ready for the answer unless you are, and if you're not, that's okay. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Mwah.